April 5th is a sad day for many rock fans, as it's the anniversary of the deaths of Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain in 1994 and original Alice in Chains frontman Lane Staley in 2002. Both musicians had an enormous impact on rock in the early 90s, and each had spots in the Seattle grunge category. Many remember Cobain on this day and either forget to mention Staley or simply don't give him the credit he deserved. But what really differentiates their deaths is that Cobain died at the peak of Nirvana's career. In 2002, Alice in Chains hadn't been active for several years. Though we normally would choose to commemorate both frontmen, 2019 is a significant anniversary because it marks 25 years since Cobain's death, which was ruled a suicide. A plethora of conspiracy theories have surfaced since then about whether his death was actually by his own hand or not. But Loudwire wanted to remember him in a positive way on this day by highlighting some interesting things about his life. So here are a few things you may not have known about Nirvana's Kurt Cobain. According to Cobain's posthumous book, Journals, which is a collection of actual journal entries he had written, teaching swimming lessons at the YMCA in Aberdeen was one of his low-paying, short-lived jobs. There's no evidence that this was the inspiration for the Nevermind album art, but it's a fun idea to entertain. A religious smoker of marijuana, Cobain actually gave it up for a little while in 1984 to join the Navy. He passed the entrance exam and was about to meet with the recruiting officer, but blew it off and celebrated with a joint instead. AC/DC's Back in Black was the first song he learned on guitar when he was just 14 years old. In 1985, he formed and played in a band called Fecal Matter with Dale Crover and Buzz Osborne of the Melvins. Chris Novoselic eventually heard their demos, which led to the formation of Nirvana. Downer is a Fecal Matter song that was actually re-recorded for the Bleach album. Some of the demos can be heard online. Fascinated by human anatomy, many of Cobain's drawings and paintings were inspired by the female reproductive system as seen on 1993's In Utero. Throughout the recording of Nirvana's album Nevermind, Cobain was actually homeless and sleeping in his car. Smells Like Teen Spirit, Cobain admitted, was his attempt to rip off the Pixies. He would often sing the song incorrectly live because he was sick of it and the popularity it garnered. As cited in Everybody Loves Our Town, an oral history of grunge, Cobain loved animals and had dreams of opening his own petting zoo. Nirvana's fourth album was going to be more acoustic and less hard rock, similar to their 1993 MTV Unplugged performance. R.E.M. frontman Michael Stipe once said, "It was going to be very quiet and acoustic with lots of stringed instruments. It was going to be an amazing f***ing record, and I'm a little bit angry at him for killing himself. He and I were going to record a trial run of the album, a demo tape. It was all set up. He had a plane ticket, he had a car picking him up, and at the last minute he called and said, 'I can't come.'" Pole guitarist Eric Erlandson says Cobain had an entire solo album written. He was headed in a direction that was really cool. It would have been his White Album. That's really what he was going towards, a solo album, but working with different people, Erlandson says. Thank you so much for watching.